Got me from there. That's crazy.
God damn it.
Really bad.
Out
And play you will, big dog.
out of the Karaku dungeon.
I had alcohol to make it a little bit better. 'cause I was
Out of
God
the
damn.
that's it. That's the only thing that comes to mind. Damn, out of the Karaku dungeon.
I feel you.
Damn it. Oh my gosh, I gotta combo after that.
it's like, y'all know how much I've been loving Jack.
Oh, Bree is a guard break. It's not,
Okay.
it's not an actual combo.
You know, I can take this opportunity.
Yeah, but I can get a hit confirm.
I'm gonna come right
after
back.
that,
I'm gonna mute out for a sec.
No, it's like a legit.
Take a deep breath. Let me take a quick sip. I see the story time about the biggest opportunity I messed up. And I can drop that real quick. Biggest opportunity I messed up. And now this would be subjective. This would be subjective to some folk. But the biggest opportunity that I feel like I messed up that I can think of right now would be well, it's kind of I guess there's two opportunities that I felt like I messed up, but I'll just say the one that came to mind first. Crushes are a hell of a thing. When it comes to crushes, I would say there was someone that I had a massive crush on. And this is during college days, and I was never well, I'm not smooth at all, and my songs also kind of shows that. But through my awkwardness, I technically did get an opportunity to act out the biggest possible crush I think I ever had. So, yeah, my biggest crush is in college, But, basically, it was a random day during the summer. I was out with all my friends. We were kind of just walking around the campus area. And it's my friends from home, so none of them actually, well, most of them didn't live in the college town I was in. Said person just so happened to be walking by, and for some reason, I asked my friends to just go on ahead real quick because we were basically walking past each other. I asked them to just go ahead real quick, and I turned around and just struck up a conversation with her. In that conversation, like as we were like going past and about to walk off, I just said, you know what, fuck it. Hey, I'm kind of really into you. I would like to actually go out with you. Like, I would actually like to take you out on a date. They agreed to it. And I was very elated about that. Long story short, we never got to the date part. I fucked it up beforehand, and the way that I screwed that over was me talking about it and posting the opportunity on Facebook or social media. You can probably dig through my Facebook and find the post. I mean, I kind of don't care. But the excitement and the way that I expressed it was the wrong way of going about it. If you wanted to put it in the degree of, normality or people just being normal. So when I did post about it, it made them understandably uncomfortable, and understandably we never went out on that date. I counted my losses, and hey Chels, you get to hear about awkward old me. I see. But yeah. I'd say fast forward maybe a year after, like there was a good turnaround from it, but but with that particular person, no, I did not go on that particular date, and I felt like, for me, subjectively, that was the biggest opportunity that I screwed up. And I know it was my fault because, well, because I'm me, so that was something. I know I can see it. There was something off about me, and hell, it kind of shows with the whole aesthetic that I even chose with my model and with how I do the VTubing thing. Someone who doesn't truly understand how the world works. They're a seraphim all the way from Andromeda. It's like, oh, so he acts like he's holier than thou. No, I don't. But he's from Andromeda, so clearly he's like smug and shit. Like, no. It's like, there's a lot of times where I have said, yo, I feel like an alien. Because the way that I act, I know is different from how others did. So with that particular faux pas happening, I said, oh, I fucked up. I understand. I will hold this for the rest of my life. And hold it does come back to mind from time to time. And actually, with that said person, we have spoken with each other recently. I believe this year recently. But they're living good. They got a really good job opportunity, and they no longer live around the area. When I did see them again for like the first time, it was like several years later. Like, I believe that was last year. I did offer it, just, hey, it's been a couple of years. Let's actually catch up. I've heard of this tea spot over in like the downtown area of our city, and I would like to just take you there and we just catch up, just talk and stuff. That didn't happen either, but I wasn't weird or verbose or loud about it. They were just busy, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Oh, I wasn't ready for that, but shit, good looking out, George. I appreciate the tier 1 sub to Blaze. Shit, both of y'all the homie, what the fuck? I almost lost train of thought. But yeah. But they literally, they said maybe, because, you know, they were very busy and they were still looking for that opportunity that they got. And they, you know, they managed to get the opportunity. We never went out for the tea or anything, and I'm kind of more in terms of that. Yeah, I didn't know if we could still be heard, so I slid that gift sub as a sorry. We out here being yeah. No, you guys are completely deafened at the moment as I literally explain. As I was literally explaining a shortcoming that I learned from, and a part of me is still very remorseful about from back then. And I did address it. I don't remember exactly what year, but it came up while I was still actively scrolling Facebook and actively observing that. And when I saw the image come up, I'm like, if I could have genuinely apologized to them, I would. And basically it's like apologizing for being weird about it, for not understanding like that social cue, that social awkwardness that I was still kind of just working through. But I was over the moon when she was like, yeah. So, you know, don't let crushes blind you too heavy. I don't know if there's an actual moral to that story, but the best way that, well, actually, it should be on my YouTube. I've talked about it enough to where I'm at least comfortable with sharing that. Encounter. Now, this is me doxing myself to you guys on the low. It will be underneath a different last name. But, oh god, don't timestamp it. I just want the video itself. Chill. Chill. It's still one of my favorite songs that I ever wrote down and made. I'll just drop the link itself in chat to anyone that's interested to hearing it. And, yeah, just the cadence, the delivery. I kind of just put those emotions towards that particular person inside that song, and the song itself is an embodiment of what normally used to go through my head if I saw someone that I was infatuated with, or even had like the smallest of crushes on. And I just processed just a swirl of thoughts all in that one passing moment. And ultimately, still that shy, awkward me, I'm not going to say anything about it. Because, sheesh, if I'm going to feel this at first sight, first glance, me actually being friends with that person is going to take some time. It's going to take some work. And I have to see past, I have to genuinely see past rose-tinted glasses so that I can be friends with someone that I feel that way about. And that is, it was a rough thing to learn. And I mean, nowadays, if I run across anyone that I'm like kind of into, I've learned to, you know, as me as possible, express, hey, I'm kind of interested in you. Hey, if it's cool, you know, would you like to actually go out sometime? Or, you know, I will say it as just straightforward, bluntly, and as awkwardly as I know I can. And yeah, while that doesn't work, and while that is like denied, it's like, cool, I actually got the hard part out of the way for me. Like, if there's anyone that I am into, it's like, I'm gonna immediately dead the feeling. But if I can at least just ask that question and already be told no, that's where I'm just like, okay, I can coast with this. I'm fine now. Like, the earlier I ask that, and it will sound awkward, like it's not a good way of going about it. But if I do ask that question to someone that I'm interested in, and they tell me no, I can now just, you know, I don't have to do that. I don't have to think like that. I don't have to feel like my past self wants to be like, hey, because yeah, that delves into the whole deeper story of like how really young me used to think, and that's just a psychology lesson all in itself. But yeah, this story's gotten a bit long-winded. Oops. That took a bit out of my battery, but yeah, that's the story time of the biggest opportunity that I think I messed up. But we are on the Guilty Gear Strive. I'm gonna see if there's either a room up with the others, or if we're just winging it. Because if we're just winging it, then it's cool. But if it's not, then you know, them speed of breaks. Hey man, I'm sorry. I know you hate Strive, but yeah, Strive's up. Yeah, everyone's migrating to Strive. All right, I'm going to pull the chat back up. I am actually testing my voice. The story got too deep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Fucking
Kai's hitbox is too short. Yeah, do the combo.
I don't know what to say after all of that.
I should have done.
Okay.
And, you know,
I
Oh, by
mean,
the way,
Yeah.
I hear your voice.
no, that's you're
testing-
perfectly valid to feel that way, dude. I'll give you a 10-minute back to the dungeon with you, homie.
Alright, so I got a